The human in the loop is lost. And yeah, there's a human in the loop. If you have any questions, especially if you check the website, do provide your feedback. What do you see on the screen real quick?
I see a web page titled Binal Chaos, Biomedical Engineering. There's an audio player, a search bar, and several sections describing biomedical simulations, such as Advanced EEG Signal Simulator and Smartphone Neck Simulation.
Okay, what else? I scroll down the page. What else can you see?
The page continues with more simulations, including quantum wave function simulation, Hodgkin-Huxley action potential simulation, and interactive magnet simulation. There's also a guide titled Predictability versus Creativity, a guide to deterministic and generative AI.
Okay, keep scrolling down the page if you can keep doing the overview, and also select one tool that you like best, assuming you are a data scientist / clinician.
Okay, scrolling further down the page, I see interactive TMS simulation, action potential architect, interactive neuron simulation, interactive spectrogram generator, interactive brain EEG simulation, and Fourier series visualization. If I were a data scientist / clinician, the interactive brain EEG simulation seems like it would be particularly useful.
Okay, we reviewed that one quite a bit already. I kept scrolling down the page. Can you continue reviewing and also give a different suggestion as to what tool would you prefer?
All right. Continuing down the page, I see AI that understands why, causality, and LLMs, high-fidelity Fourier simulation, the multimodal medical data landscape, an interactive report, and interactive guide to EEG technologies. Given the focus on data science and clinical practice, the multimodal medical data landscape and interactive report could be quite valuable for exploring diverse medical data sets. Would you like to know more about this specific one?
And no, can you quickly comment on bio-inspired computing and how it might be relevant to this website, and how is it relevant to AI? But don't mention AI.
Bio-inspired computing takes inspiration from biological systems and natural processes. On this website, you see simulations related to brain activity, neural dynamics, and other biological signals. Bio-inspired computing uses these principles to develop computational methods that can be applied to complex problem solving, such as by learning from data or recognizing patterns. This connection allows for the study and development of new ways to understand and process the kinds of signals and phenomena explored on this website.
Would it be relevant to this particular tool?
Yes, bio-inspired computing can be relevant to this EEG simulation tool. The tool simulates brainwaves and artifacts, and bio-inspired methods can be used to analyze these signals to understand brain function, identify patterns, and develop computational approaches to interpreting biological signals. This aligns with the broader goal of processing and understanding complex biological data.
Can you give a more specific, concrete example, either from what you saw on the side, by the way, I scrolled down a bit further.
Sure. One specific example could be using algorithms inspired by the brain's neural networks to analyze the simulated EEG signals. These algorithms can learn to identify specific patterns in the waveforms associated with different brain states or artifacts, helping to automatically categorize or filter the data. This is a way of leveraging biological principles for computational tasks.
Sorry, can you make it more concrete, as if you're talking to a first-year engineering data science student? Make it and give more concrete, specific examples, or one example.
Imagine you're trying to train a computer to identify different brain states based on these EEG signals, like the ones you see simulated here. You could use a bio-inspired algorithm, like a neural network, and feed it a lot of examples of relaxed brain signals and drowsy brain signals. The network would learn the patterns in the data that distinguish between those states. Then you could test it on new, unlabeled EEG data, and it should be able to tell you what brain state is present. Does that make clearer how this kind of approach would apply?
Okay, we actually lost the prompt engineer. Well, ideally we'll be talking to a human, but humans are expensive. Very expensive to run. And there's this funny bug which I'm not sure if we just should treat it as a feature. Every time in demo mode, when it's running by itself, changing parameters by itself, every time I go to a different tab or do something else, coming back, sometimes, not in this case, the thing is the demo start running much faster. Can you turn this into detailed text-only prompts for an experienced developer that made this web application? We might consider having another version and keeping this one as is, or modifying the current one. Just ask the developer what they prefer. It's actually writing it like an email. It's just super weird. By the way, we ideally talk to humans. Talking to AI bots is not ideal. So if you're a human who would like to chat, either pop your comment, question, complaint in the chat. I'll happily respond to that. There are options as well to bring you live in other ways. Doing enhancement to this, trying to make the muscle there more realistic. Yeah, we need to fix the demo mode there as well. So I don't know, probably have it as a separate version. Separate version. Well, mainly because we don't want to break this one. So shall we go coding, or do we have any other questions about any of the other tools? Everything we do is eventually available on bionicchaos.com. Go check it out right now. Also have similar to EEG Simulator. Yeah, there's this bug thing where you go to another tab and then come back. The demo is running super quick. Don't think that meant to be the case, but we can think of it as a feature. Anyway, the demo mode does some weird stuff, but you can interact with it yourself. So yeah, we also had similar thing for ECG. Actually, this one meant to be even more comprehensive. I don't know how accurate it is, so I have to put the disclaimer. This is version 3, as you can tell from the link. Pop them in the chat for you to test. Need some testers. Obviously not gonna pay you for that. We did it for free as well. Tachycardia. What a ECG, what heart condition do you have? Hopefully you don't have any, but if you do, if you were diagnosed with any of those, you can actually go and see how they look like on an ECG. How good is that? So I have a second version of this simulator, Signal EEG Signal Simulator. And yes, we are meant to be an expert in this field. Hey, can you summarize the prompt real quick?
Sure, here's a quick summary. You're reaching out to the developer to get their input on improving the EEG Synths tool. The idea is to enhance the realism of the muscle artifacts by adding random fluctuations and burst-like behaviors. You're asking if they prefer to update the existing version or create a new advanced version. You also outline the specific changes like adding stochastic noise, time-varying artifacts, and an option to toggle these advanced features on or off.
So why it's talking like that? It's really annoying. But you can't change the voices or something. This is a response from the developer. No, now you essentially have like ChatGPT talking to Gemini. Gemini is the developer. ChatGPT is a prompt engineer. Yeah, good luck to us all. Can you rewrite your last response? But mainly we would like to summarize the response from the developer in the previous prompt.
Project direction, the developer agrees with creating a new advanced version of the EEG Synths tool, keeping the original for educational purposes. One, stochastic variability. They fully support adding random fluctuations to the muscle artifacts for more realistic signals. They suggest using Hurlin noise for smoother amplitude variations. Two, nonlinear coupling. They love the idea of simulating real physiological interactions like eye blinks affecting alpha waves. Three, dynamic state transitions. They agree on implementing time-varying presets to simulate changes in mental states.
It's funny. It's actually recommending like a 30-minute call early next week to sketch out the architecture. It's really going for pretending. That's not exactly what we want. Wait, what in the prompt? Yeah, there was nothing in the prompting for that, for pretending to be a developer. But okay, so I would like to actually update the code. Yeah, focusing on the EMG, like a better EMG noise generation would be great. I mean, we probably could have it as a separate tool, an EMG noise generator as a separate tool. What do you think of that? Let's see what it does in terms of code. Eventually we wanted to just do the coding for us. Yeah, we kind of split the things into separate things. With this one, we only want to fix. Yeah, we won't be forking it, whatever it's called. We would not be forking it. We will, however, try and fix the demo mode. Gemini actually generated code. Oh yeah, it's not being lazy. That's a good thing. We don't like lazy. It's still generating. Mostly it's just organizing stuff, isn't it? I'll find a demo. We have the demo button. Yeah, demo button, demo text. Okay. We have a variable. I can't believe we're actually looking at the code. Can't believe they're doing that. We're actually not paying for any LLMs at the moment. So we essentially don't have a developer. But we are interviewing. These are AI developers before all the humans jump up and down submitting. We have that EMG standalone EMG signal. The demo mode is horrendous. There seems to be an issue with the demo mode. it's kind of doing its own thing. I don't quite understand. There is a couple of things about it we need to fix. Maybe we can just find the problems with the demo mode. But when in demo mode, one of the things, for example, is when we're changing to a different tab and coming back to the tab where the demo mode is running, the demo is running much faster. I don't think that meant to be the case. Maybe we can check the code. Also, in terms of the cycle itself, it's either too slow to begin with, then it's doing too many random things. Bottom line, we need to look at the whole way the demo mode is running and find any issues. Can you do that? So give it directly to GPT-4o within Studio Code, Visual Studio Code. So we're giving it the whole code, this 1,000 lines of code. Yeah, we added this feature later, and that's why it's a demo speed issue caused by set interval being affected by the browser throttling when the tab is inactive. Okay, so it should be an easy fix. It's actually applying edits to the code. Demo cycle timing. This demo steps may be running too slow, too quickly. We'll adjust the timing logic. Random behavior. The demo steps might not be well defined. So they're pretty random. Okay, so it added 33 lines of code, removed 57. Well, luckily we have it in a separate version. Yeah, good luck with that. ChatGPT-4o fail. No, we're not gonna try fixing that. Let's switch to Claude. Why do I have a feeling Claude will be able? And how do we retry with Claude? That's what we have in production. That should be still working. Don't want to break it. You have a ECG simulator as well. Go check it out. Everything we do eventually is available on bionicchaos.com. And we potentially have another EMG noise generator, which we kinda had a fake version before. Okay, so for the demo mode, I'm not sure. So it seemed to be working right now, but we want the demo cycle to be specific. We want for the current brain state preset, we want the muscle to go gradually up, back down, eye blink up, back down, and then the fine-tuning waves. No, sorry. So then after the artifact cycle, the two artifacts cycling up and down, we want to select the next brain state preset and repeat the artifact simulation cycling up and down for muscle EMG and up and down for the EOG, the eye blinks, and continue with all the brain state presets. After we have done with those, we just go randomly changing the fine-tune waves, but cycle them one at a time, up and back to where it was the next one. So go through delta, theta, alpha, beta, and then repeat the whole process from the beginning. Can we change it to do that? We'll give it to Claude Sonnet 3.5 because it seemed to be good at things like this. Maybe, maybe not. We'll see. We will see. If you find any other errors on the side, do let us know. We'll try fixing it. Maybe. Maybe. Okay, we added 124 lines, removed 78. We're not gonna look at the code. It's like thousand lines of code by now. We are just gonna test it. Yep, that's what we said. And should move to the next one. That's perfect. Okay, that's perfect. So it's cycling through the brain states and then doing the artifact simulation up and down. At the end, it's getting to the custom business and adjusting delta, theta, alpha, beta one at a time. And then it goes again through from the beginning. That's very nice. Also, while we edit, can we start the demo mode automatically if the user does not interact with the page for a while? Can choose the time delay by itself because it's so smart. Yeah, obviously like 5-10 seconds will be better for testing, but 30 seconds will do. And yes, it did start the demo. Will it stop the demo if we hovering over the page? No, that's fine, I guess. It's doing the demo. You have to actually click the stop button. Yeah, it would be a good idea to stop the demo if you are interacting with the page. Okay, this is working really well. Can we make it like half the time, 15 seconds instead of 30 seconds to start the demo if the user is not interacting with the page for 15 seconds? And also, if the demo mode is already running and the user interacting with the page by moving one of the sliders or clicking on anything, maybe we can stop the demo in that case. What do you think? Well, we shouldn't say what do you think because it says so less. Yeah, what do you think it's for the viewers? Claude doesn't need the what do you think, just make the changes. Just make the changes. Make the changes, please. Make it work. It is working pretty well. Thank you, Claude. And this is a 2, 3, 4 year, whatever, 3-year-old, 2-year-old model. Change the auto start delay. I've been talking for too much. Okay, so the demo mode should start in 15 seconds. Did it stuff something up? Should have started by now. Ooh. Lots of reset auto start is not defined. What? Are you kidding me? Come on, Claude. Come on, Claude. Basic stuff. Very basic. Really? I have to guide you like a baby developer? Surely not. Yeah, let's fix. Great idea. I didn't expect that. The thing in the video was this video written by one of the, I don't know if it's a founder of not Perplexity. well, these names, whatever, who makes Claude, the Anthropic. And they said how now they can code for like 30 hours straight, and it makes this great, great things. Why did you add Tailwind? Did we have it to begin with? Oh, don't care. Are you kidding me? Okay, now it's hallucinating like after a few prompts. What are you talking about coding for 30 hours? That's impossible. Coding for 30 hours. What's the video called? There's this Australian bloke who's used to be working for Google, now moved to Anthropic. I forget the name, doesn't matter. Yeah, he was saying they're coding for 30 hours straight, and it's making all this great stuff. I do not believe it. Do not believe it. Well, the thing is, the company's like evaluated at gazillions, whatever. And then they just, yeah. Oh, okay, so we're using like an older model, so of course they'll, yeah, so you can't even try it out. So I can't try, I currently only have access to Claude Sonnet 3.5, whatever. Okay, so, yeah, so the new model, they're coding for 30 hours. Yeah, great. Well, obviously it's too expensive for anyone to access. Well, for normal people to access. Anyhow, it's working. Yeah, it will just keep doing the automated business, and that's okay. I can't believe it started hallucinating on me like so quickly. Yeah. And we have another tool. By the way, as you can tell, there's a human in the loop, so if you have any questions, just pop them in the chat, comments, complaints. And the only condition, you have to go check out bionicchaos.com first before you're making any comments. So obviously that suggests comments should be relevant to the content on the website. So I have a better version, supposedly. Could also set the location of that button. Wait, what happened? Yeah, to update the location. Wait, I don't get it. It's really annoying. It's really pissing me off. So what's the deal with, do we need to like give it to a different model or something? So we only have Claude, Sonnet 3.5, Gemini 2.0 Flash, GPT 4.1, GPT 4.0, GPT 5 Mini, all 3 Mini. So which one is better for coding? Do you know? It seems that it's better to keep switching between them because, for example, now Claude Sonnet 3.5 started hallucinating on me after about 3 or 4 prompts. So shall we just give the same thing to Gemini 2.0 Flash? To give it the whole code, don't we? Need to give it the whole code because I haven't looked at the code. Could be lots of rubbish in there. Yeah, because we went manually reverted to 2-3 versions before this one. Get rid of the hallucinations, hopefully, and now we're changing the model. See how if that helps. So it knows what to do. It knows what to do. Okay, so it should have. See if we're getting any errors. Okay, we're not getting the errors we were getting before. After 15 seconds, it should start the automatically, yeah, going to demo. Yep, it went to demo. Yeah, when we hovered over the page, it turned the demo off. Thank you very much. Manual. Okay, now the problem. Yeah, there's a problem. Okay. We can't use it. This is ridiculous. Yeah, it's Gemini 2.0 Flash. We're gonna use up all our tokens just for just for this minor thing. Yeah, that's the problem with this model, is that yeah, they're just too expensive. Okay, so that works. It's starting the demo mode after 15 seconds. When I interact with the page, the demo stops. Now, problem, maybe instead of me hovering over the page, the demo stops, we should do an actual interaction, like an actual click, instead of hover over. Well, the other reason for it being that I cannot start the demo mode manually. Well, because my mouse is hovering. So, do you know what I mean? Can you fix it? I don't know if you needed to give it to which model? Which model? Which model? Let's do 4.0. So just keep changing models to see if that prevents hallucinations. Does it? Does it? Does it prevent hallucinations? Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for the likes. You can also support the project. We have Patreon. You can support on YouTube itself. It should be easier if you're already on YouTube. Okay, it removed one line. Is it gonna fix it? Okay, so it should start automatically. The demo should start automatically in 15 seconds. The demo should start automatically. Yep, it did. Then when we hover over, it should not stop. That's correct. If we click on the page, it does stop. We can start it. What happens? I'm starting manually. Nothing. This is weird. This is weird. I thought it's not starting manually because of I'm hovering over. Okay, I'm still for whatever reason not able to start the demo mode manually. I thought it's because I'm hovering over the page. Now hover over doesn't stop the demo, which is great. It only stops when I'm clicking on something. So that's good. So I can click anywhere on the page and it will stop the demo. But I'm not able to start the demo. I think it only does like it just starts and stops immediately. Can we fix that? Does cycling through models actually help or not? I don't know. I don't think so. Well, is it a thing? Is it a thing? We're going back to Claude. Claude is the one that originally started hallucinating on us. I understand the issue. The problem is that the click event in the demo button is triggering both the toggle demo function and the global click event handler that stops the demo. Yeah, well, should have. That's kind of obvious. Sounds like a rookie mistake. Okay, now we can start it manually. It stops when we click anywhere on the page, which is nice. it should start in 15 seconds all by itself if we don't touch the page. Oh wait, we haven't actually accepted. I was pretty sure we did. Let's clear it. It seems that once one of the models started hallucinating, then it doesn't matter if I even go back to it, it's still hallucinating. Okay, so it's starting automatically. And that's fine. I can stop it, I can start it. It starts. So what's the error? The error doesn't seem to be affecting anything. It seemed to work. But we don't like errors. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you very much. But mainly, we would like you to go check out the website. All the tools we make are on the site. We have another EMG simulator, by the way. Clear console, F5 it. Let's see. Okay, that error went away. I'm not gonna read what it was. But we're having a bunch of models: Claude, Sonnet 3.5, Gemini 2.0, Flash, GPT-4o. We're looking at this code, trying to fix the demo in this web application so it makes sense. It now cycling through the brain state, increasing the muscle and eye blink, and then bringing the value back to what it was. And then we'll at the end cycle through the fine-tuning the waves, making essentially a custom thingy. Actually, for each custom thingy, we could have scrolled through the muscle and eye blink as well. It actually did a better EMG. Surprise, surprise. But now we like split them into two versions. Yeah, so the EMG over here, you can see that it's adding this random EMG bursts. That's very nice. Yeah, the previous version did an EMG over the whole waveform. You can see in the time domain. Yeah, the frequency domain is hard to see, but... And now it's doing EMG bursts. So if you select the same signal, the signal is randomized, right? So it would not be the same every time. So if we go 100% EMG, it just does that. In the new version, if we go 100% EMG, it does this burst, which, yes, they do look way more realistic. Question now, how do we combine the two versions? I thought that we'll be doing like a separate EMG simulator. It's actually worthwhile keeping as a separate version. Is it? I don't know. What do you think? Hey, this is Gemini 2.5 Pro. So in theory, it should be able to combine the two files, even though they're like more than 1,000 lines each. Yeah, the EMG is nice. I like it. Much more realistic. Yeah, it's also random and non-linear, so it's not just increasing the amplitude over the whole thing, it's randomly adding EMG artifacts, which are also variable length. Very, very nice. And this is Gemini 2.5. Thing is, we need to combine it. We need a reminder to be kinda. What's the previous thing? EEG synth. Yeah, we have the. Let's do O2, and this will be combined. The demo meant to be running. It is running. Okay, so I made some changes to the original code, and I would like to combine it with this beta EMG generation version that you have above. So essentially, we need to combine the two versions. The version I'm attaching with this prompt has a demo mode functionality. You can see it in the code, but it doesn't have the beta EMG generation. So we essentially need to combine them and generate the new version. But can we make sure we're not getting rid of any existing functionality? So just take all the functionality from both versions, combine them together into a new code, but make sure it's complete. So we have the demo working as per the code in this current prompt. It has a different cycling, automatic starting of the demo and stopping of the demo. So we want to keep that, and we want your previous a version of the EMG, the non-linear one. It's yeah, we want that as well. And this is Gemini 2.5 Pro, so fingers crossed. I found that when it's mentioned the improvement of the EMG, I thought we'll do like a standalone EMG signal generator, but no, it's actually improved it and kept the original code. Thank you very much. Let's see if it understood. Of course, the perfect next step. I understand completely. We need to merge the advanced auto starting demo functionality from your latest version with the more realistic non-linear EMG artifact generated from the previous version. That's exactly right. I have carefully combined the two scripts. It's pretty amazing if it gets it correctly, ensuring that no functionality from either has been lost. Blah blah, it goes to some more details. And then we have the code. Okay, so the new EMG is there. You can tell because that is it. There, it's random, non-linear compared to what we had before, so it should be better. And also let's check if we have the automated demo mode running as well. It has a delay of 15 seconds, so it should start in like 5 seconds or so. Yep, that's working. We have the demo. If we scroll the page, it stops as well. That's okay. Hey, we can start it manually. It should work. Ooh, why is it so fast? I think we had that problem before. It will become even faster when we switch to a different tab. Was it that quick in the previous version? No, it wasn't. I would have noticed, wouldn't I? In the demo mode, the scrolling seemed a bit too fast. Can you comment on that? Hopefully we won't have to regenerate the whole code. We can just fix that bit. It's regenerating the whole thing, but yeah, it's okay. It's the original. Yeah, the original had some error in it. Yeah, so we will update that. Update that. Just regenerate the whole thing. Currently we have 1090 lines. And this is 1083. Okay. Is this the correct version? In demo mode, especially during the artifact and wave transition, can feel a bit rushed, not leaving enough time to fully appreciate the change. That's right. Did it actually change that? It's still super fast. Is the key for demo to leave it that fast? Yeah. Well, anyhow, it's better than the original. The muscle now has this nice non-linear EMG that looks much more realistic. Thank you very much. It only took 2 hours from the original inception. We'll keep testing it, deploy it on the site. Any questions, pop them in the chat. We'll try to make the thing run slower, the step duration. Doesn't seem to take effect. There's a transition duration. There's too many durations. I'm changing them manually. We don't want to overcomplicate this as well. It's actually to do with the, I think it's to do with the actual slider. The range minimum. Where do we define the, is it the span? Yeah, we could fine tune it. Anyhow, this version is much better. It is much better.
I've been analyzing the EEG simulator. It's functional, but it's sterile. The signals are too deterministic. The muscle artifact, for instance, is just uniform high-frequency noise.
Let me see. I get it. This isn't a brainwave. It's a brainwave's LinkedIn profile picture. Perfectly filtered, no weird, stray thoughts, and definitely no recollection of that time it tried to microwave a fork. The muscle noise looks like TV static from a brand new television. It's too polite.
Exactly. Real EMG contamination is non-stationary. It occurs in bursts. My proposal is to develop an advanced version. We'd introduce stochastic variability, random amplitude jitter, probabilistic onset and decay for artifacts. We could even implement non-linear mixing.
Hold on. You want to take this perfectly well-behaved brain and teach it how to have a bad day. Stochastic variability is when the brain suddenly remembers an embarrassing thing it did in 2007, right? A little jolt of chaos. And non-linear mixing is what happens when it tries to listen to a podcast while a kid is screaming and the smoke alarm is going off.
That's a surprisingly effective abstraction, yes. The bowl is realism, but building all of that at once is a significant undertaking. What if we modularize?
instead of building the entire advanced version, we first focus solely on creating a high-fidelity, standalone EMG artifact generator.
A solo album for the muscle twitch? I love it. We're not trying to produce the whole symphony of neurological dysfunction at once. We're just going to perfect the sound of a single angry violin string snapping. It's focused, it's brilliant, and it lets the artifact really shine as the star it was born to be.
It's a more pragmatic development path. We perfect the logic in isolation, then integrate it later. Okay, I've implemented the new burst-based EMG model. Now, the next logical step is to merge this improved EMG function into the main branch, which has a new, more dynamic demo mode I've been working on. We need to combine them without functional regression.
So, you've taught the angry violin how to play a masterpiece of rage, and now you want to put it on stage with a troupe of ballerinas who have a complex automated choreography. You're merging the new unpredictable EMG gremlin with your smooth, self-driving demo car. This is where the fun begins.
Correct. The merge is complete. Both functionalities are now in the unified codebase. However, I've received some initial feedback. The demo code, while functional, feels accelerated.
Let me guess. It's a tour guide on an espresso IV drip. And here we have the alpha wave, known for relaxation. If you look quickly, you'll see the theta wave. Too late, we're on artifacts now. Keep up. You've built a neurological roller coaster when the user just wanted to leisurely stroll through the cerebral park.
And apt description, yes. The transition duration and step duration constants are likely too aggressive. I'll increase them to slow the pace, allowing for more time for observation between phases.
Yes, give the people time to sip their tea and admire the brainwaves. Let them contemplate the existential dread of an eye blink artifact. A little digital meditation. Perfect.
One final point of friction. I've been evaluating the front panel. From a usability standpoint, the placement of this Start Demo button is problematic.
Problematic. Misha, it's a tragedy. The button is playing hide-and-seek behind the drop-down menu, and it is losing badly. It's the shyest button I've ever seen. It has all the confidence of a middle schooler at their first dance.
My data suggests it suffers from poor discoverability due to its proximity and visual competition with the preset selector. It creates cognitive load. The user has to ask, is that part of the drop-down? Is it a separate control?
It's a digital crouton that fell next to the main salad bar. Of course it's confusing. People are probably trying to click it thinking it unlocks a secret brain state called awkwardly standing in the corner.
My solution is to create a new Application Controls group at the very top. The demo button will be relocated there, given full width and primary color prominence, a clear, unambiguous call to action.
You're not just asking it to the dance, you're making it the prime king. You're taking the button from the coat check closet and putting it center stage with a spotlight and a microphone.
So we're in agreement. The change enhances the visual hierarchy and improves the overall user experience.
Misha, you've done more than that. You've given a shy little button a corner office with a view. You've made it the CEO of awesome. And now, if you'll excuse me, I have to go click it. For science.
Okay, so we redeployed the page. Go check it out. It's up and running on the site. We fixed the demo button. We fixed the demo mode itself. And we improved the EMG artifact. Now it's not just a linear artifact, it's actually a non-linear. So more realistic, better, stronger. And we didn't keep the previous version, this one's just better. Because that's how real EMG should look like. It does the same for the eye blinks, by the way, they're not linearly spaced. Thank you for subscribing to the channel so you don't miss any future live streams. Everything we do is eventually available on biomedicals.com. Go check out this site, provide your feedback. We have ECG simulators as well. has EEG, and this EEG one has a EMG simulation embedded into it. If you have any questions, comments, there's a human in the loop, so pop your complaints in the chat. I'll address those. And I'll see you next time. Bye.